and I'm here to review something that I already kind of talked to you guys about. Actually, I'm going to do quite a few reviews today. Come on. Rocky's with us. He heard me talk and doesn't like it when I talk to anybody other than him. But anyway, we're going to do a review on this guy right here because I want to tell you guys about it before fall hits. And from the house of Paco Rabanne, it's Paco Rabanne 1 million gold. Typical 1 million gold bar. Same atomizer. Here, hold on. I'm going to grab a strip and spray it at the same time. They're not my favorite atomizer, but honestly, it's not that bad. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the smell before I read the notes. Because I smelled this from, I thought it was around here somewhere. I had like the little 5 ml mini that came with Invictus Aqua. I would have never like just got out of my way to get this. I haven't picked up the last two 1 millions, Royal and Oud. But when I smelled this, I was just like, oh, sandalwood bomb. So one of my most comforting sandalwood scents is Juliet Has a Gun Sunny Side Up. I love it. I wear it a ton in the fall. I smelled this, and it's got that same level of sandalwood. However, it's got like a little bit of fruitiness to it and a gorgeous sweetness to it. So especially as it dries down, I will read you the notes. Well, we're not going to talk about the notes too much because it doesn't matter, but we're just going to quickly go over them so you kind of know what is written. It doesn't mean it's actually the notes, because sometimes they add stuff and they don't really tell you too much about it. But as soon as I smelled it, I already knew I was going for the 200 ml. So when I found a guy selling them in the groups, I asked him if he had the 200, even though he didn't have it posted. And he was like, I have one. And I was like, I want it. So when you smell this, it's a nice creamy sandalwood. It's sweet, it's spicy, but also as it dries down, you're going to get more and more of that sweetness. As you go throughout the day, the sillage gets like this perfect level of sweetness, but like a nice creamy sweet. The notes that it says are spices, sandalwood, mandarin orange, and cedarwood. Definitely tons of spice in sandalwood is what it opens up with, but you're going to get a fruity sweetness as well as it dries down. And there's definitely something in here that has like this vanillic undertone. And one of the spices could not necessarily resonate with everybody. It says just spices. They're, to my nose, I could be wrong. It's maybe like just a quick touch. Just a touch, maybe, of cumin, but barely any. Like, you know, I can actually tolerate a pretty solid amount in fragrances. I like it. I mean, other than Rosassi Tasmin, I didn't care for that one. That one was BO-ish for me. Everything else with cumin, I tend to like, and I cook with it a lot. But this, if you smell it really close, you're just going to get like maybe a touch of that. I don't know that it's cumin, but that's what it's coming off as. And when I do these videos, I want to make sure I'm telling you what I smell because I know a lot of people are not the biggest fan of that. So that being said, I do feel like if you like 1 million, and even if you don't because it's really not similar, you need to get to a department store and throw this on skin. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it. So again, it's nice, it's sweet, it's got like the sandalwood creamy woodiness to it. I think it's really like kind of elevated. It's not like a club fragrance like most of this line would be. In fact, I think this kind of goes in its own direction. It definitely, like, let's just go into seasons. This is a fall fragrance. When I smelled it, fall's my favorite season of all times. When I smelled it, I was like, this smells like fall. And I immediately bought it just based off the thought, this smells like fall. So again, spicy, creamy, sweet, woody, really well blended. It's something that I would see in more of like a cardigan or even like a cashmere sweater. You could dress it up a little more easily than you could dress it down. But as long as you're wearing kind of like maybe like a nice crew neck sweater or something like that, I think you could pull it off so well. It just smells incredible to me in terms of projection. It projects pretty similarly to the 1 million line. A lot of people will say they don't smell it, but I honestly think it's so strong that you probably are just going nose blind to it. I'm not going to sit here and argue about that though, because I hate when people talk about performance as if everything needs to be a beast. This isn't necessarily a projection beast, but the sillage on it is really pretty big. And I know that because people will smell it, and I'm going to talk to you about their comments in just a moment here. In terms of longevity, definitely over 8 hours. If you're someone who likes to spray something, you know, when you get home, it's still going to be lingering, so you are going to have to probably wash it off to be able to get there. Come on. So this one is definitely not going to lack in performance. The sillage is going to be bigger than the projection, but good projection. Not too big, so you can wear it, I think, a little bit more in more versatile occasions than maybe the rest of the 1 million line. In terms of seasons, again, fall, winter, into spring, probably not going to be so much of a summer fragrance. In terms of occasions, dress it up, probably more in terms of date night. You can go formal with it. It is a little playful though, so I maybe wouldn't go crazy formal with it, but you could dress it up a little bit if you wanted to go for something formally playful. If you have an event in that arena, I think you would probably pull it off really well, and I think it would smell incredible. What are the comments that I get with this? So the comments that I've gotten with this, no one has told me that it's sexy. I think it's sexy, but I don't necessarily think that you're going to get that too much when you wear this fragrance. I have been told that I smell cozy, I smell like the holidays, I smell like a candle, and all of those things are true. Somebody told me that I just smelled like a vibe. Like I just reminded him of the holidays. I just smelled cozy, and he really liked it. Like, those are the comments that I've been getting on this. Again, I think it's sexy, so, you know, I think it might depend. Everyone that is like a niche snob, and I'm going to call you this, and if you're watching this, you already know you are. I brought this to Glamcation, and everyone really liked this one. And those guys are huge niche snobs, guys and women. And when I didn't tell them what it was, they were like, oh, this is really good. And they were trying to like guess. And I was like, no, it's a Paco Rabanne. And they're like, what? So this is definitely not going to relate too much to the Paco Rabannes that you're used to. Definitely not to the 1 million line. Again, I think it's a Paco Rabanne 1 million decided like, I'm going to get up, you know, he has like a nice retirement plan set up for him. He just kind of works his job, does what he needs to do, owns his home, owns his car. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of 1 million that you're getting out of this. It's really different because I think 1 million is really known as a clubbing fragrance. And I mean, you could go clubbing in this, but I don't necessarily see sandalwood as like, you know, that front and center, like Playboy note. I think it's like more refined. You want to wear it with a nice sweater. Again, like the very least I would wear it with is like a nice crew neck or even V-neck, but a nice sweater. I don't necessarily think you should dress it down too much. It would feel a little out of place. So you got the performance, where you could wear it. In terms of who can wear it, not a clubbing fragrance. That being said, I don't want to put an age on it because I don't think it has an age, because when it dries down, there's a fruity sweetness. I mean, the fruit that it mentions here is mandarin orange, but you're just going to get like a general fruity sweetness from it. Not as much as 1 million elixir, but like, you know what I mean when I say fruity sweetness. And in terms of who can wear it, I actually think this is more unisex than all of the 1 millions, other than 1 million Lucky. And I'm only saying that because I know a lot of women wear 1 million Lucky. This would be the same thing. You're probably just wearing it in a different situation. So if you're a woman who has liked, you know, any of the 1 million, specifically 1 million Lucky, I would throw this on skin, especially if you are a sandalwood fiend, a sandalwood fan like myself. I absolutely adore sandalwood. It reminds me of fall. And again, fall is my favorite season. So that being said, obviously, I really like this fragrance. I bought the 200 ml. I paid for 200 ml, and I bought it pretty soon after it came out. So while I got it on a discount, I paid extra because I wanted it as soon as I possibly could get it. That's how much I liked it. Again, you already know, the only 1 million I don't have, and this is going to sound wild, other than Intense, I didn't get the last two because I didn't feel like they were a crazy deviation from Elixir, which I really liked. But I don't have the original. I have Lucky, I have Privé, I have Cologne, I have Elixir, I have Parfum, and I have this. And Parfum, Elixir, and this I have in a 200 ml because these are just really easy grab-and-go fragrances. Again, this is going to be a slightly more refined grab-and-go, right? But in fall, I'm gonna wear a lot of crew necks. I'm gonna wear some kind of cleaner V-necks. That's what I'm gonna wear. So this works out really well. If you've tried this fragrance, comment down below, let everyone know what you think. I think it's really hard to dislike, and it's so easy to just walk into a store and just try it on skin, see what you think. As always, remember to like this video if you liked it, be subscribed to my channel, hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop another video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!